On February 17th, Julius Maddox put out his hands and got a beautiful white dove. As the analogy Kaz would say, that white dove was a 705 bench press raw. We've already shown you the video here. You go back and check it out. And at the bottom of this video, I have a link to what I'm talking about, being an article format, so a tad more formal than the video here. So anyways, we're going to talk about 4 things that helped Julius increase his bench press. I have some notes here today. I'm going to look at them. I'm not going to be reading the whole thing word for word, but I do have some notes. So what is a white dove moment? I'm going to read this word for word. A white dove moment is a place where there's a focus so intense it leads to a sense of ecstasy, clarity, and you know exactly what you need to do from one moment to the next, even though time disappears. It's joy and a near perfect emotional state. You surrender to your subconscious and things flow because you're unconsciously competent. So let's look at the first thing that helped Julius, belief. Okay, whether you look to the scripture that says you can do all things, or you look to science which shows of elective surgeries about shams that are totally nothing are about 50% effective of the real deal. Either way, belief is everything. Okay, so here's the bottom line. I'm gonna read this word for word too. Here's the bottom line. When you hit your lifts each week in training, you develop a positive momentum. It is like a force bigger than you takes over and you believe you're never going to miss a lift. Being in the zone, this psychic chemistry tells you nothing is beyond your capacity. If the bar is loaded, you will lift it. This place is a euphoria. Few experience, but almost every one of the powerlifting greats have been there. Bottom line is, Julius conceived the notion of 700 a long time ago. Now he believed, and therefore he achieved. Conceive, believe, achieve. Another great Kazism, and that's exactly what Julius conceived this goal a long time ago. But when he actually started to believe it, a great synergy happened. Synergy is where all the parts, the sum is greater than all the parts added together. 3 + 3 = 7 type of thing is what synergy is. Okay, next, we decreased bench press frequency. Think about it. A lot of people, when they compare themselves to Julius, it's not the same thing because this guy is a high-powered machine. All that fast twitch muscle fiber, he's so neurologically efficient, he is so strong, it takes him much longer to recover than the average person. So this is not, this is not some crusade against frequency, a higher frequency, and this is not some Sermon on the Mount for lower frequency. This is just what's worked for Julius. As he becomes stronger, as he becomes more efficient, he takes longer to recover from set to set and even between workouts. So what we did is decrease his bench press frequency from heavy every single week and a lighter day a while back to heavy once a week to the last training cycle. This time he bench pressed 3 times a month and only twice were heavy. So that decrease in frequency, so think about it. So the application point for you here is, if you are a high-powered, fast-twitch machine that needs a long time to recover, you may not need to bench press as often. But here's the other deal. Let's say you're somebody that is a slow gainer. It's been real hard to gain muscle and strength. You're gonna have to train harder, longer, and more often. Think about it. If your IQ's 100 average and you want to work at NASA, you're not going to hit the books less. No, you're going to get your ass to the library 10 hours a day and learn what you got to do. Same thing applies here with volume and training frequency. Easy gainers, fast twitch machines don't have to train as often and with as much volume as somebody that's a slower gainer with more slow twitch muscle fiber. We've had a lot of discussions with Fred Hatfield about that over the years. Okay, next, push-ups. The great Lee Haney said, stimulate, don't annihilate. So what we did on Julius is, because he said he's bench pressing once a week, extending that work week there. What we did with Julius there is we started him out at, so the same thing did with Chad Wesley Smith when he was doing training him, is we extended that work week to 9 days. So to Julius, sometimes it'd be longer, like 10 days. Okay? So what we did is we extended that work week, and we started off on that second accessory day where, you know, Julius found the best kind of shoulder overhead variation for him as a one-arm kneeling landmine press. So on that accessory second day, we added in some push-ups, and he thinks these are huge. And you know, I have, obviously the results don't lie. So we started off with 10 sets of 10. He took a 2-minute break between each set. So over time, he worked that up to 10 sets of 35 with a 2-minute break. Guy weighs 400 pounds, so that's 350, you know, push-ups in that short amount of time. So there's 20 minutes of rest in that, or 18 minutes of rest in that, because there's no rest for the last set there. And then all that time, I mean, well under a half hour, he's getting 350 push-ups weighing 400 pounds. So what this did is it helped add, you know, muscle to his chest, triceps, things like that. And, you know, a lot of jailhouse lifters, or excuse me, jailhouse athletes, because there's not weights there so much anymore, they train with their body weight daily and make great gains. You can recover a lot faster training body weight than when hitting the pig iron. So keep that in mind. So if you're having trouble recovering from multiple bench press sessions, this could be a takeaway point for you. Maybe try some push-ups on the accessory day, on the second day. You'll recover faster, your joints might feel better, blah, blah, blah. Okay, next, increased upper back training volume and frequency. So Julius did a minimum of 30 sets of upper back a week. He trains, you know, 4 days a week, again, extending that work week. So it could be not necessarily over a 7-day week, but over that time period, we make sure he gets at least one upper back workout, or one upper back exercise each workout, and at least 30 total sets a week. So even if we don't keep, we've done this for a little while now, so even if you don't keep adding more sets each week, you're increasing training volume because he's getting stronger. Because obviously, if he was doing a seal row with 300 pounds for 5 reps, now he's doing 375 pounds for 5 reps. You just do 300 times 5, 375 times 4. You're getting more volume without actually adding sets. So increasing the upper back frequency and volume has been huge. I'm not one of these people that thinks, you know, like lats, you know, are the most important, or upper back's the most important thing to a big bench press. But Kaz is right. Quote, another Kazism, strong back equals strong man is very helpful to Julius. Finally, nutrition. For a long time, the only nutritional regimen Julius followed was at the International House of Pancakes, but now he's hooked up with a place called Gourmet Meals to Go out of Kentucky, and he eats 6 meals a day. They're, you know, high protein, moderate fat, moderate carbohydrate, and, you know, so his physique's reflected this. I mean, he's gotten leaner, he's gotten more muscular. Obviously, his performance has gotten a lot better. And here's the bottom line for you. The body thrives on a routine. The best diet's gonna be the one you're gonna follow type of thing, you know, within reason. But you're gonna do better if you're on some sort of routine. And in this case, that meal prep service has been extremely helpful to Julius, and Julius had the discipline to follow it. So here's the bottom line. You gotta take what's gonna work for you, and I'm paraphrasing Bruce Lee. It said something along the lines of, use what's useful and discard what's useless. And that's what you got to do here. So some of this stuff can help you, but here's the bottom line. Julius is totally focused athlete. He's a professional. So if you don't have the work ethic, you don't have the cojones to do it, don't even worry about strategizing. At this point, it's as useless as tits on a bullfrog until you get those attributes. Thank you. Have a nice day. Click on the link at the bottom of the article. I'm sorry, I don't have time to practice this if I'm ranting at all. I also did not have, I'm not a professional, I can't do all the videos professional, sometimes you gotta film at the house here, but there is an article to go along with this. Click on the link. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.